What's good, everybody? KG from Five Star Speculators, and I'm back, back. So, I I don't even know where to start, guys. I don't even know where to start. Looking at the DXY, looking at the DXY, just looking at the DXY alone in G. Hey, a lot was happening last month. So this delineates the beginning of last month. Let me just highlight it. All right, so that was last month. So all of this was, this is what was happening last month. All of this consolidation here, another consolidation. There was just too much going on. So I think these are the times where people start thinking that their strategies don't work. They feel like, yo, this one is not working. I'm moving to another one. And that's not even the case. It's just that, the current market conditions are not allowing for that kind of approach that you probably have. So do not doubt yourself. Just learn to understand the current market conditions, right? Where's price going? What is it doing currently? Such things, right? So I'll start with the monthly time frame. Start with the monthly time frame, and I will do this for now. I'll just hide drawings. So on the monthly time frame, it's now Feb, right? So we are currently inside this candlestick. So we just want to figure out what's most likely going to happen, right? Is it going to expand higher? Is it going to expand lower? Or what's going to happen, right? So we need to like understand our cycle, right? Our liquidity cycle. So I think I might do a video for you guys based on liquidity, just explaining liquidity. I might not, I'm not sure. But we just need to figure out in which cycle are we, and then we can try to like understand our bias for the month, right? Because your bias is your direction for the month. So this candlestick, where is it most likely going? So one of the things that I like looking at is key levels, right? So if you can just look here, we do have a key level, which is this fair value gap. So already we tapped inside of a key level, right? So, but we need to also understand the storyline of what was happening or what has happened before, right? So price went all the way up. We tapped inside this key level. So I'm not gonna mark. Okay, let me just mark using this then, because if I use the thingy keys here, they're going to, yeah, I'll just use this one, right? So we had this key level here, which is an FVG. We reacted from this FVG. We started pushing price to the downside, right? So normally we just want to move from external to internal to internal, from external, right? So we tapped inside of this internal. We pushed to the downside. We didn't reach this external, right? So drop down, we hit this rejection block. That's called a rejection block, right? So mainly we would want to see them stopping at order block, but the order block didn't hold price, so we dropped lower inside of this rejection block, right? So this is a rejection block, and seems like we got a reaction from the rejection block. So price started reacting, pushing now to the upside, right? So, but we do have another obstacle, which is this one, right? We do have this, which is the key level on the monthly time frame. It's a key level on the monthly time frame. So it makes it tricky for us on the daily time frame, because when you get to the daily, this is a key level on the monthly. On the daily, you might start seeing structure, breaking down to the lower time frame. It is possible for us to see something like this. It is possible for us to see something like that. Why? Because this is the key level, right? So normally when price reaches a key level, that's where you wanna, take the what's the gas off the pedal, right? You don't wanna, you know, be going full speed and all of those things. You just wanna relax, try to figure out what's happening, right? Are we reversing from this area going to the downside, or are we still pushing to the upside, right? So this is where you need to, like, take a chill pill, try to figure out, is this thing still going up or is it going down? Because this is the area where a reversal can happen, right? So this is where, if let's say, for example, the market was the train, this would be like the train station, when people get off or get on, this is where you wanna wait, understand, is it going there? Is it going the opposite direction, right? So I'm in between. I'm in between. I can't really tell you where price is going here, right? Because we didn't take out external. If maybe we took out external and then we're coming back to internal, I'll tell you like, hi man, we're going down, right? But we didn't take out this external. So it makes it tricky. It makes it tricky. So right now I just see this as a key level. And from here, I'm not really sure where we're going. But yeah, we'll just see as we get more data, right? From this week, from next week, from the other week, we'll just get more data. So let's go to the weekly time frame. Let's see what the weekly is kind of like showing us. So this is what we have on the weekly time frame as well. So I'll just open these things up now. So on the weekly time frame, what do we have? What do we have? So again, we have that monthly key level, which is the FVG, right? So we tapped inside of the key level. So like we said, it's either we're going to get a push to the upside or price will start reversing. We are not sure which one will happen. So this is where we want to wait and see how price reacts, right? So if you can look at what happened already for this week, we pushed all the way up, grabbed the external range liquidity, right? Tapped inside of the FVG on the weekly time frame as well. I mean, I think we have tapped inside of it before, but we tap into inside of it again. And now we really need to wait and see how this candlestick closes. Because I think using that information, we can understand now that okay, price might start unfolding going to the downside, right? Because what we're doing on a weekly basis, guys, is just just trying to understand where price is going, right? So you need to start building a narrative, start building a storyline of okay, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. Okay, if this is happening, if then basis, guys, if then, and then you start building something. But if you get to the markets like this and you're not seeing anything, come on, guys, there's no need for you to be forcing trades if you're not seeing anything. You just need to learn how to wait. So if you were still within these legs, you would have gotten something going all the way up, reach your target. So this was the target. So now we have reached the target, right? So we need to wait how they react at our target. Do they still want to push higher or are they done? They want to start pushing to the downside. So the only way to get that is to wait for this candlestick to close first, meaning you have to wait this whole week. You have to wait this whole week. So, but I know there's other people who scalp, intraday. Sometimes there are trades there, and if you understand how those ones work, you can take them. But if you get burned also, you shouldn't be surprised. You'd know why you got burned. So on the daily time frame, this is what we had. So like we said, last month was a hectic month, mainly because of price wasn't really moving. We were just in a consolidation, right? So all of these lines delineate like a full month, right? So all of this here was a full month. All of that day was a full month. So if you can look at this month, price was moving this month, guys. Look at this month. Price was moving. We get into a new month. First week of the month was a bit of a consolidation. Price started moving for the month. A bit of a consolidation. Price started moving. So for last month, price moved, first 2 days for the month. And then, for the remaining, we started consolidating. We pushed Nyana, started consolidating. It was just, a whole lot of things going on. So now we are inside of a new month, right? We're inside of a new month and we're not really sure about the monthly candlestick, right? So everything from the monthly candlestick we're going to operating will be inside of this line that we have here, starting from here, starting from this line that we have here, all the way up until here. So everything that's going to be happening inside of here it's going to be for the whole month, right? So if I do not have a direction already for the month, like say, yo, I'm bullish for the month. So I understand that my daily structure is not going to be the one, right? I only start using my daily structure when I understand what's happening on the monthly time frame. So for this one, what we have is we moved from internal range. We moved from internal range, pushed all the way to external, and then we hit key levels. Now we just hit key levels, right? So Vele on the lower time frames, we're going to get a reaction coming back inside, right? So if we are now to build like a, if we are now to build like a, a trade idea or some sort of a scenario for like a intraday trade, let's see how we would approach this one. But on the higher time frame, we do not have a bias. On the higher time frame, which is the monthly and the weekly, I do not have a higher time frame, right? So also ideally on the, if you want to date, if you want to take, high probability day trades, they need to be coming from the weekly. So what we're doing here is this one is a serious gamble, right? So we just tapped external, right? So now we want to see price coming inside of internal, right? So this is internal, yes. This is also internal, right? So we have two areas of internal, but I'm gunning too much for this one, price to come down to this one, right? But again, this one is really not the best scenario to take. So today is a Wednesday, right? Today's a Wednesday. So we only have 2 days remaining, right? Thursday and Friday. So looking at where we are, what do you think it's going to happen for the remaining 2 days? I don't think there's going to be much action, right? So the best thing to do would be to wait for this weekly candlestick to close, and then with the closing, we can try to figure out next week or okay, what's most likely going to happen, right? So if let's say for example we close bullish, if we close bullish, okay, let me not give a scenario as yet. Let me wait for price to close, and then Sunday, I'll give you guys an update based on how we have it here. So some weeks you shouldn't be trading, guys, because you're gonna try to go in and then ish, they'll show you flames, and then you regret, and then you regret. Yeah, but so on the DXY, guys, like I'm not seeing anything on the DXY for this week. For this week, I'm not gonna be touching the DXY, anything DXY related. Maybe intraday scalp with a proper narrative. But besides that, I caught trouble. So with this one also, the monthly candlestick, where is it most likely expanding to? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? So there's only one thing that we're seeing, which is this, family gap, right? So did we tap inside of it? Yeah, looks like we tapped inside of this FVG, which is a key level. It's a key level, this thing. So once they tap inside, again, anything can happen. They can reverse, they can do whatever they want to do. So Mara, based on the DXY, we're not really sure if the DXY is bullish or bearish. So with this one also, it's just going to be confusing trading this one, right? But once we get that confirmation on the DXY, I think this one will also be a bit more clearer, right? So I mean, I could tell you what I'm seeing, but yeah, let's leave it at that. Even this one, same thing. DXY is controlling both of them. So this one, if you can look closely, we haven't hit this key level as yet, right? So most likely still going to push to the downside to come hit this key level. And based on the last two candlesticks, my people know what that symbolizes. Uh yeah, I'd say I'd wanna wait for this weekly candlestick to close, and then next week, uh we'll probably get something next week. Also I wanna send I wanna start sending signals in my free groups now. And also my paid group, because people now are thinking, KG, what's going on? What's going on, KG? I relax, my people. That's why I'm offering signals for like 6 months, because I understand with 6 months we have like 6 months too. to, build accounts, right? Rather than monthly signals, because monthly signals now you are forced to like send signals every single day, or every single week. But with like a 6 month signal service, I'm not forced to like, send something every week. If there's something for the week, I'll send. If there's nothing, long day, my people, long day. So yeah, a lot was happening, guys. A lot was happening for the past few months. Just look at what was happening here. This is where value start doubting yourself as a trader, thinking you can't trade, and that's not the case. It's just the current market condition. Understand the current market conditions, when to be inside, when to actually stand by the sidelines. So for this week, dollar index related, I don't have anything for you guys, right? And I just did this just to show you guys that, the reason why for this week I'm not gonna share anything with the dollar index and everything, right? So when you're moving to the NASDAQ, as well, like look at something, guys. NASDAQ all-time high. We're at the all-time high. This is the monthly chart, all-time high. So this is the candlestick for this month. So on the monthly time frame, the only data I have, is that we took out external range. We took out external range. And the next thing that I'd like to see maybe is them pulling up to an internal. Took out external, coming back to internal. But now we're not sure when is the reversal happening. This is a reversal area as well. So we could see them trying to start pushing to the downside, but you can't, it's something that you can't force this one. It's something that you need to wait for. And it's tricky because you might be waiting for a reversal to the downside and you might not get that. Price might continue pushing to upside. How far? I don't know. If you want to use whole numbers and all of those things, you can use those things if you believe in them. But me, I just want to see what I want to see. But I can give you guys another trick just to see where price is going or how far is it going to go, right? So let me hide this high floating thing up here, right? So let me show you this other trick I learned from this other brew. So this is the last high before we drop to the downside, right? So this, right? So this was the lowest external we had, and that was the break. So this is what we're going to do. Yeah, so we're just gonna use our standard deviations, right? So utilizing the standard deviations on the monthly time frame, this is most likely where price could stop, you know. So I'm just looking at my settings. So it's one, it's two. So somewhere starting from here to here. But the ideal one is seeing it stopping here. I think is it two standard deviations? It's two standard deviations or two and a half. I think it's yeah, because this is a half, it's one, it's two. So I think yeah, when we get here to two standard deviations, maybe we might start seeing price making some sort of a reversal, maybe from here, starting pushing to the downside. But we could also see price reversing from here. I mean, standard deviations are standard deviations, even half is also valid. So maybe here you might see that, or maybe here you might see that, or even the upper one, the half here, you might see that. So these are areas where you'd want to start monitoring some sort of reversals, right? But again, you don't want to force those reversals. You don't want to force them. You need to wait for them. So there is a criteria that you can confirm your reversal, but that one is reserved for my people for now. So I'll go down to the weekly time frame. I'll drop down to the weekly. So on the weekly time frame, so remember, we don't really have something to anchor. That's why I'm just utilizing the standard deviations, right? So on the weekly time frame, we had on the weekly time frame, this is what we have. Yo, I think this video is gonna be long, but why not? Why not make it long? So we have this internal range, right? So I'm still seeing us pushing to the upside for this week. Last two remaining days. I still want to see us pushing to the upside. So let me drop to the daily. Mm, What is it that we have on the daily? What is it that we have on the daily? So what we do have on the daily based on the last two candlesticks, today we might have a bearish day, come sweep liquidity and then start pushing to the upside. So what is it that we have on the daily? So first thing first, you want to start marking all of your key levels. Just mark your key levels. So I have an order block down here, right? I have a breaker block here. This is my breaker block. So we did see price closing above the breaker block, right? The bodies. We closed above it. Fine. What else do we have? We have this volume imbalance right here, right? What else do we have? We have all this liquidity, right? So all of the things that are marked are key levels, right? So everything inside of this box is valid. It's a key level. This is a key level. This is a key level. This is a key level. So how do we filter out uh where can you see price pushing to the upside? So this is where you want to apply your premium and discount, right? Anything below the 50%, that's when you could start considering at a valid point of buying, right? Anywhere inside of this. So today, Nasdaq, we might see it pushing to the downside, coming through for those two external range liquidity, right? So once we take this two out, I think price will be free now to start pushing to the upside. Even if we don't come through for this discounted price, we could see price pushing to the upside, right? But something you'd want to monitor as well is SMT versus SPOOs and Dow Jones. You want to operate the SMT that side as well. So let me drop down to the H4. Let me drop down to the H4. To the H4. Yeah, so for today, I think we are moving to the downside. So because I see this, this is a key level, right? So if we close very bearish like this, what time? At 9 o'clock, right? I think we might start seeing price push to the downside. Come take out this liquidity. This is high, liquidity as well. So maybe we might just do this and then push to the upside, or come all the way, take it, price reverses, and then we start pushing to the upside. So for the remaining 2 days, this is what you could anticipate or expect from the Nasdaq. This is my analysis for Nasdaq. Uh, Push to the downside and then push to the upside, right? So obviously you're going to need some sort of confirmation for you to start taking the buys, right? For you to start buying, you need confirmations, and unfortunately, I haven't shared any confirmations with you guys. All I do is analysis, but I haven't shared any confirmations. So this is what I have for you guys on Nasdaq. So again, I don't want to make this video too long. So on the dollar index, dollar index is tricky, but Nasdaq, you can move with Nasdaq for this week if you wanna check out something. See if you can find a trade going to the downside, and if that happens, see if you can find a trade going to the upside. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it at this, and then I think I'll do market analysis based on volatilities as well, just to say sorry, I've been away, just to say sorry, I've been away. So yeah, and also, ish, this is my last year, guys, doing these things. I next year I'm going private. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.